Hi guys, and welcome to episode 13 of Inspirations, my podcast dedicated to knitting and yarn dyeing. My name is Christelle. You can find me under Tricot Stitch on Instagram and on all social media. You have the episode's notes. If you click on the plus just below, you will get access to the notes of the episode, as well as a link to subscribe to my newsletter, which is the best way to stay in touch with me if you want to to receive updates on when there is new yarn in the shop or a new pattern, or if you want to, there is also an option to select and to receive an email. If there is a new pattern to be tested or things like that. Well, stay in the loop. And there is a welcome gift when you subscribe, and it's the pattern of the Genie Shawl. So I hope you are doing well. We are doing very well. So the good piece of news is that we booked a place for the holidays. So we will be leaving in approximately 1 month, and we will be staying for 3 weeks. So we will go to Vendée, which is a very nice region of France. We will not be far from the sea, like 45 minutes drive from the sea. So we didn't want to be too close to the seaside because we wanted somewhere a bit remote. And so we found a lovely house with a very big garden for the kids, and we're very happy and looking forward to be on holiday and spend some time outside of the house and reacquaint ourselves with everyday life and relax and enjoy, and so today I wanted to give you an update on the knit-alongs in the group. So the knit-along for the Millésime shawl is done and is over. So I've the names of the winners with me here, and I wanted to share them with you. So it's here. So there were 5 prizes that I shared with you during the last podcast, and so the winners are. So the first prize was some yarn from Une Louve dans les Bois, and it's so the names are from the Ravelry IDs. So it's Joss 55 who wins the first prize. So it's one skein of yarn from Une Louve dans les Bois. Then Stéphanie Day 46120 wins the Wool Bags project bag. Then we have Billy Knits 31. She wins the little kit my friend put together with the red project bag. Then we have the blue project bag, the kit. It's H. Virginie. And the last winner is Miss T78, and she wins the 2 skeins of yarn that I'm giving away. So it's the Taupissime colorway. So congratulations to all. It was a very small knit-along, and that was very nice. There were only 10 entries, and so it's my pleasure to give away some free patterns in my shop as well for all the other winners. So there will be only winners. So please get in touch with me if you are a winner. I will also myself get in touch with you to let you know, and to let you know how to retrieve your prize. So thank you very much for playing along. So what I wanted to share with you also is, because there is another knit-along going on in my Ravelry group for the Brioche Queen Call. I don't know if you've been aware that lately Ravelry has changed its appearance, and it's causing a lot of troubles for a lot of people with health conditions like seizures or migraines. And as a consequence, the site is not accessible for all. So what I wanted to do is, for the Brioche Queen MKAL, I wanted to extend the possibility to play along and to knit along on Instagram. So you can use the hashtag Brioche Queen MKAL FO to submit an FO if you cannot play or if you cannot access the Ravelry group. So, and I'm extending the MKAL until August the 31st, just to give you more time to knit your Brioche Queen Call over the whole summer, and not only on July. I will also, for those of you having trouble accessing the platform, and as long as they have not given any satisfying solution, all my patterns will be available from Etsy as well, my Etsy shop, Tricot Stitch. All the links are in the show notes. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. I think it's a very important matter, and I really hope that Ravelry is going to be able to do something about it and listen to everything that's been said about that by the people affected by the new look of the website. It's not just a question of look. I think it's a question of the downloading process of the pages that makes everything moving. And the navigation is not easy for a lot of people, and it has caused a lot of health problems. So this needs to be addressed. But I trust Ravelry to do what's best. I really think they are maybe their answer to this subject has not been up to their standards and what we expect from them usually, but I'm confident that they will fix the problem and it will soon be accessible for all as well again. Okay, I wanted to show you my projects because I'm in a very happy place right now with the projects, and so it's not going to be like the other episodes, because I will show you yarn for the whole duration of the podcast, because I'm going to show you the projects I'm knitting on and what I have in the shop for those projects, because for each project I have put some kits in the shop, almost all projects, so that's cool. I'm very happy. Project number one, my absolute favorite so far, it's a new project. What's funny is that, for this project, I had not planned it at all. And 2 weeks ago when I recorded the podcast, I had not planned on knitting that at all. I didn't talk to you about it, guys. It was the day after recording the podcast that I thought, it would be cool if I, put together some kits for that pattern, because I really wanted to knit it. So with the Rocket Tea by Tanis Lavallée, she's Tanis Fiber Arts. I love Tanis. I've been following her on social media for a long time now, and I really like her brand, her business, the person, the family is lovely, and she dyes, her husband dyes beautiful yarn, and she designs gorgeous patterns. And so I'm knitting the Rocket Tea. It's one of the patterns, so it's a pattern for a lovely and airy t-shirt with short sleeves, and it's worn with 6 inches positive ease, so it's very flowy and airy, and I love it. And I have already separated for the sleeves, so I have been knitting on this like crazy. I've been really motivated because I want to wear it very soon. As soon as it's off the needle, I'm going to block it and wear it. And I will wear this to go on our vacation. So I'm very motivated. It's the pattern that got the most attention over the last couple of weeks. And I'm knitting it using a yarn that I showed you the last time. It's Dreamy Ara. I know I said I would put it in the shop, but at the last minute I couldn't. I had to guess on something with it. So that's my Dreamy Ara colorway on mohair and silk and on stellina. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And I love how it's knitting up. So you see it's stripes of fingering white yarn alternating with stripes of mohair and silk yarn. And it gives it's a very, very light garment. It's a pleasure to knit. And there won't be any sleeve issue because as soon as I have as soon as the body is finished, I just have the finishing to do. Like it's an I-cord edge. I have to knit it afterwards. It's a V-neck t-shirt. Well, it's lovely. So I'm very happy about that. And what I love about that colorway, especially on mohair and silk, is that when you look at it from afar, it's almost gray because all the colors are blending together. But when you look very up close, you see it's a rainbow of colors everywhere. It's gorgeous. So yeah. And so I've put, after I decided to, cast on for this project, I put together a lot of kits that I put in the shop. So that was last update. And I'm very happy to report that I have a restock on the Rocket kits. So just wanted to show you a couple of color combinations. I have Champagne Rosé. So I have 3. Well, the way it works, depending on the size you want to knit, you need 1 or 2 kits. For example, for my size, I'm knitting the 56 inches size. So that's the t-shirt measurement. So to know which size you should knit, you have to measure your bust circumference and add 6 inches. So for me, it's I was in between 2 sizes. I was between the 52 and 56 inches size, but I decided to go with the 56 because I really want something that's with a lot of positive ease. And also my hips, the size around my hips is larger than my my bust circumference, so I had to go up 2 sizes because at the beginning I wanted to knit the 48 inches size, which corresponds to my bust circumference. But if I did that, it would be too tight on the hips, so I went up 2 sizes just to make sure it was something very flowy and flattering. So so for my size, obviously I will need 2 skeins of each, but because there are no sleeves, you can knit I think the 5 or 6 first sizes with only 2 skeins, 1 of fingering, 1 of mohair and silk. So I thought that pairing a Dirty Rainbow on the Dirty Rainbow light colorway, because it's a bit lighter than my usual Dirty Rainbow, with Champagne Rosé was gorgeous, very fresh. And so I have 3 for this color combination. Okay, it goes until the measurement of the finished tee is, biggest size is 68 inches. Okay, I have a kit with Cocktail by the Pool, which is a huge favorite of mine, Cocktail by the Pool, very summery. So I have two. So you need, depending on the size you want to knit, you buy 1 or 2 or 3 kits. But I think 3 kits you don't need. There is no size that requires 3 kits. I think it's 2 max. So there's Until Dawn 2.0, one only. 2 kits of Eleanor with my beloved Merinos silk and yak base, which is gorgeous in the Eleanor colorway. Vanessa, 1 kit only, would be a beautiful, beautiful rocket tee. I have some Jack Sparrow, one available as well. That one is for the second one I'm going to knit. I'm going to take this on vacation. It's going to be my holiday project, and I'm going to knit some a rocket tee in my Dirty Rainbow colorway, and I think it's going to be beautiful. Look, it's going to be awesome on a black pair of jeans. In the shop, I have one for a more fall feel. So it's Tomate and Khaki Love. Yeah, I'm sorry the colors are a bit off because my I don't know if you can see, but yeah, this just above my head is orange, so it gives a warm glow to all my colors. There will be pictures, there are pictures in the shop if you want to check out some more accurate colors. I have Éclat de Soleil, so there are 2 available if you want to knit a big size, one of the big sizes like mine. And my favorite, it's another Dreamy Ara, so like the one I'm knitting right now, but on Merinos silk and yak, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and it was dyed together with mohair and silk. And because you know that base starts gray, so you have to put a bit more dye than when you start from a white background. So that's why those are more intense as well, because they were dyed together and I wanted those to be pretty intense, so those are as well, and it would be a gorgeous with less white as the one I'm knitting. If I can compare, see, it's quite close, but yeah, mine is a bit lighter. I can show you with that one, for example. Yes, the differences here is more obvious. So that's mine, and that's the one that's going to be in the shop. Okay guys, that's it for Rocket Tee, and I'm very happy because I contacted Tanis, because my customers in France, they don't always speak English. Most of the time they don't, and Tanis agreed that I translate the pattern for my customers. So yeah, I'm very happy to be able to give access to the French knitters to this awesome pattern, which is really well written. I mean, it's only a 4 pages pattern, and it's very concise and it's very well written. I am not I'm becoming a sweater knitter, but at the beginning I am not. I was more into shawls and socks and accessories, and I've been knitting on sweaters for a couple, like 3 months now, 3 months, and I'm really appreciating the efforts that Tanis put into the writing of her patterns, because it's very concise. So for a sweater, it's only, for the Rocket Tee, it's only 4 pages for all the sizes that I told you, but it's very well written. I had some question arising, and I always found like she was always a step ahead of me, and each time the answer was there, and it's really, really, I love the pattern, the way it's, you know, structured and written. So like this. Thank you so much, Denise. So I wanted to show you my other sweater on the needles. So the whatever sweater is hibernating right now because I'm, you know, still putting a couple of rows here and there in the sleeves, but I think I'm going to make progress on that project more towards the fall. Right now I just want to knit my rocket tee. So I wanted to show you my progress on my love knot as well, because I mean, I'm making, you know, good progress. So I think the size is going to be perfect, and it's lovely. I'm really happy with the results. So I'm happily knitting away on the body. I've already finished the first skeins of fingering and mohair, and that's the second skeins. And I have not made my mind up yet on cropped or not cropped. I don't know, because I love the cropped look on a dress, but if I'm completely honest with myself, I don't wear so many dresses, especially when it's cold or colder. So I'm wearing a lot of dresses in the summer, but in winter, not so much. So I don't know. Maybe that one I will decrop, and maybe I will knit another one like longer, because I'm really enjoying that pattern as well. And I would very much like to knit another one with a more variegated colorway. So that's the French Kiss colorway. It has a name now, and it's making its debut in the boutique. So there will be 2 skeins of French Kiss ready to ship in the shop, and I'm opening pre-orders for this colorway for a couple of weeks. I will close all pre-orders on July the 20th, and so that I have enough time to dye them before I leave for my vacation. I will leave the shop open while I'm away, but there won't be any shipping. And so the last pre-orders will be until, yes, July the 20th, and the last orders to ship will be sent on the 7th of August, and after that you will have to wait when I return at the end of August. So I will open pre-orders on this colorway, on all my bases, on all my available bases. That's all the bases. I have all the bases in stock, bar Stellina. I don't have any Stellina yet, but I will soon. I don't want to, put it for sale if I don't have it in my dye studio. I'm not comfortable doing that. So I will. I plan to order some very soon, and as soon as I have it, I will add it as an option to on this dye to order listing. So that's French Kiss. So French Kiss is a mix between intense pink and intense red. To me, it's a very intense red, but a lot of customers told me they see it as a very intense pink. So it's in between. And you see it like almost it glows, but in real life it's not so intense or glowing. It's because there is a little bit of fluorescent pink in there, so the camera intensifies that specific color, but in real life it's a bit more muted. It's not like but it's still very lovely. Okay. So that was for the love note, and I have a deadline. I have given myself a deadline for the rocket tee. I want to be able to wear it when I leave for my vacation, the beginning of August. For the love note sweater, it would be nice if it was finished by the end of the month, but no pressure. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, you see, all the kits I've shown you for the rocket tee, they work as well for the love note. I think the love note, you can go up to 3 skeins of each for the larger sizes, but for example, I'm knitting the XL and XXL size, and I think for my size it's only 2 skeins of each. So if you like the pairing of mohair and fingering that I've just shown you for the rocket tee, you can totally buy the kit and use it for a love note if you prefer, because I'm not selling the patterns. The patterns have to be bought separately, and I'm putting the links in the Etsy shop on the listing for you to access the pattern easily if you wish to, but you don't have to, you know, you can always knit whatever you want with it. And so that's my future rocket tee, and I have to think about another color combination for the love knot. And this the next time I'm going to knit the love knot with mohair paired with extra fine fingering, because that time around I'm knitting it with mohair and extra fine single, and it's a dream. But a friend of mine is using my yarns in mohair and silk and extra fine fingering, and it's dreamier. So that's the plan for the next one. That's even dreamier. Incredible. The texture is different. Don't know why. Like more squishy, more, yeah, it's awesome. Okay, next project, and it will be the last one that I'm showing you, because that's almost the only project on which I worked over the past couple of weeks. The other one I've been put on the back burner or completely hibernating, but that's okay, because you know, I'm as I said, I'm in a very happy place with the projects right now, and I am so happy to have been able to put together some kits for the rocket tee or / love knot, and now I'm going to show you my Stillness shawl by Helen Stewart. So that's Curious and Made on Instagram, and I'm so happy because for that project as well, I was able to put together some kits in the shop, and you guys loved them, and I'm so happy. So thank you very much for all those that placed an order for that for that project and those kits. It's 3 skeins kits, and they sold very well, and I'm so happy that you loved my, you know, color palette and my choices of colors for that MKAL. So yeah, sorry. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled, please avert your eyes. I'm going to show you the beginning, the clue 1 and beginning of clue 2 of the Stillness Shawl Mystery Car. Okay, so just look the other way if you don't want to see it. Spoiler alert. So here it is, and look, it's really lovely. And you know, Helen Stewart has that way of putting the percentage of, like, the milestones of the shawl in her pattern. So you know, if you are reaching the 20%, it goes from 5 to 5. So I think I'm at the 20th percentile of the shawl. So yeah, I still have most of clue 2 to do, but I'm trying to do 5% each sitting. And I love to be able to, you know, set an objective and knit a beat, and then knit on my rocket tee, because that's all I want to do those days. I just want to knit on my rocket tee. So I'm really happy with how the colors are, you know, playing together. you know, it's really different from like those guys completely, but I'm equally happy with those. It's really depending on the season. So to me, that cries, that shouts summer. And this is more like an autumn palette and more, you know, serene and calm and relaxed. So that is more like summer party around the pool with a DJ and barbecuing and all and all. And this is more like, you know, a nice tea, a nice cup of tea near the fireside, by the fireside, and you know, chatting with a friend, and yeah. So I'm really happy with that colorway. It's called Tarnished Gold, and it's on my yak sock base. So I was not very familiar with that base. I wanted to really knit it and see how it knitted up. And I'm so happy with it because that specific colorway is great. I mean, it's really subtle. You don't see, it's not a variegated colorway, although it's a mix of deep ochre and light pinks. And it's like it shimmers, you know. It's very suited to the lace portion because it's almost a semi-solid, really, and the color variations are very subtle. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's like it's shimmering, and it's gorgeous. It's very gorgeous. So the grays are playing because it's because there's yak in there. The natural color of the yarn is grey, and it gives a smoky finish to the color. And knitting it, because I'm pairing it with, I'm playing with 3 different bases here. I have this on yak sock. This is on my beloved extra thin fingering weight, so that's Sweetie. And also I'm testing a new base, new to me base, that's Merinos cashmere and nylon, and that's my hybride colorway. Very subtle as well. If you look it from afar, you can almost think it's a semi-solid, like moody purple colorway, but if you look it from up close, there are a lot of color pops, and I really love that. And so the 3 together, I think, are playing very well. And it's not the same base. Sweetie and Tarnished Gold have the exact same yardage per 100 grams. The MCN base has a little less. It's 350 meters instead of 400 meters. But in terms of yarn weight, you cannot tell the difference, really. It's difficult to tell the difference. And the only thing that I can tell about the last about this yarn, the yak sock base, is that it's a little bit drier to the touch. It has a better stitch definition, a sharper stitch definition, but yeah, I'm really liking the results. So I still need to put a couple of stitches in there today if I want to reach my 5% goal of the day. But it's such a pleasure to be working on that. So that's for the curve. That's for the Stillness Mystery MKAL. I still have some kits in the shop, so I wanted to show a couple of them to you. I have, for example, that one, which is my Stillness fingering base and 2 skeins of single extra fine, and that's soft peach, darker things, and snow owl. That's one example. That would be lovely. And another one is, oops, sorry, that one. So it's hybrid, together with Soft Peach and Snow Owl again. And those are lovely as well. And you know, I still have also some cute fox colorway that goes almost with everything. And the new colorway that I want to talk to you in depth is Vert de Gris. So Vert de Gris pairs wonderfully with Soft Peach or Sweetie. Soft Peach is the equivalent of Sweetie, but it's in exhaustion colorway, so it's not exactly the same, but it's very close. You can, I mean, it's interchangeable really, but this goes very well with absolutely almost everything. So I wanted to show you that guy because I want to talk to you about dyeing now, because I had I had a very trying time, you know, with that specific colorway, Vert de Gris. Because the first time I dyed it, it was on this skin, BFL, as an experiment, and I loved the colorway. It was a mix of 2 dye powders, one green, one red, and I thought I had the exact measurements written down very specifically. But when I tried I'm sorry. When I tried doing it again, I came up with that. No, not that. Where is it? Yes, that. Which is not the same at all. See, it was very different. That one has almost no green left. It's a gray with a red tint, but no green. So, I mean, that color is absolutely gorgeous, and it's called Ensorcelé, and I am able to replicate it. Here it is on Decay, okay? But I wanted that. I wanted that one, okay? So I tried again with less red. I came up with that. Not yet. And then I tried with still a little bit more red. At that point, I was out of extra fine fingering. I was doing all my testing on Decay. Then that one, which was not that color at all when it was wet. So I was like, but once dry, oh, yeah, I think it qualifies as Vert de Gris. Okay, I did it. I was happy because I had already sold some as a pre-order, so I had like pressure to succeed. So I was happy with that one, but I was out of extra fine fingering. I had to wait for the yarn to come in. And then I tried to, dye it again. And I came up with that one, which is very red. And I was like, not again, please. Why can't I seem to find the perfect, balance? And after another try, I settled with that recipe, which is quite close, which is not exactly like I would like it to be, but which is quite close. And I think that BFL, for starters, is not the same white as Merinos. Okay, so that's for once. And then I think there are still some variation due to the pH, maybe the temperature of the water, things on which I have almost no control. So this is Vert de Gris, okay? And sometimes the green dye breaks actually, and I have those blue parts, which when mixed with the red, I end up with purple. Mixing like green and red, I end up with purple. Okay, so that colorway seems like completely, easy and uncomplicated, and it's complete opposite, full of surprises, never the same. I mean, so in the end, I have a lot of new colorways. Okay, fade options here. I have a whole bunch of DK yarn in different colors that you can fade, so that's great. I have learned that that green and red makes, when the green is the most is dominant color with different amount of red, but in smaller quantity, you can go from that has red in it to that same colors, different dosage, and not a very big difference in dosage. Okay, so that's completely amazing, I am beyond happy to have been able, just because I was on the quest to find to reproduce a specific colorway. I have learned so much. Another thing I've learned, the red I'm using for that specific colorway has an amazing propriety. It makes speckles. Okay, I don't know if it's a problem because it's a problem of, you know, dispersion, or I don't know what the deal is with that specific color. But even if the water looks transparent and like there's no dye left, here what happens when you put some yarn to exhaust the dye bath, you have a lovely and very delicate speckling of red all over, and that's gorgeous. And this is the exhaustion of that. And you can see that they are made for each other. I mean, they work very well together because it's the red dye that lingered in the pot together with a bit of green as well, because it's more muted than a champagne, for example, than a champagne rosé. You see that it's a pastel, but it's a more muted pastel. And yeah, it's the exhaustion of green and red. And that's incredible that you get a speckled light rose, like pink. I mean, I would never have guessed. And that's not the end of these speckling adventures, because I had to, you know, dabble around a lot to get to the final dosage for Vert de Gris. I had some pots to exhaust, some different pots to exhaust. So I had also this beige with red speckles as well. And the speckling is not asymmetrical, it's everywhere, so that's great. That's a great thing to know about that specific dye powder. And it's very delicate. I mean, I would never have been able to achieve such a delicate speckling by myself. I mean, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's like really, really fine, like a mist of red speckles. So that's on the color. The overall color is more beige, I think. And I have another exhaustion, which is more pink, but it's very close. Okay, and all those exhaustion colorways will be available in the shop in the Curiosité, which stands for Curiosities section of the shop. Okay, and so I am happy to show you all the things that are in the shop right now. I dyed a bit of Indécent, which is a lovely shade of pink with speckles. This is the kind of speckles that I get when I do speckles, when I intentionally do speckles. So the speckles here are fuchsia, a bit of green and ochre and brown. It's a lovely colorway. I have some rosewood as well, but that goes in the Stillness palette. So if you want to put your own Stillness kit together, that was one of the options that I gave for a kit. Also, I tried to dye some regular colorways on different bases. For example, this is Cocktail by the Pool, and I wanted to see how it looked on slab, and it looks gorgeous in slab. It's beautiful. I have also The Answer is Love on Stellina, and Stellina is always beautiful. And I wanted to see how it looked, how that specific colorway looked on yak. So I dyed it on yak sock as well, and it's gorgeous. More muted because of the grey of the base, but still very lovely. That's a way of knitting a, you know, very variegated colorway, but with a more faded result, because the base is not white to begin with. I also tried Extravaganza on yak, and it's gorgeous because the color transitions are very subtle, very faded, and it's a really I love, there's something I love about variegated colorways and neon colorways on yak. It's gorgeous. And that's the same colorway on slub, which is like fireworks. It's gorgeous. I should have done that before. I never dyed Extravaganza on slub, and that's a pity. I think I will dye that colorway again. It's gorgeous. I have some Dirty Rainbow, which is always a favorite, on Lurex, so that's with a silver thread. I have some gorgeous nebuleuses on Extra Fine Fingering and on Stellina. And I have a little Éclat de Soleil on single. And that's it. But there will be, well, there is already a lot of yarn in the shop because, you know, the kids. So just, you know, see if you see anything you like. I'm shipping worldwide, and shipping fees are free for orders above 150 euros. So yeah, if you want to, you know, splurge. There will be something to splurge on. So yes, so the shop is going to be on vacation mode in August, and I'm very happy to be in vacation mode, but I'm going to take you guys on holidays with me. I don't know yet what I'm going to be able to do, because I don't know how the connection will be, but I will have my trusted, you know, phone with me. And I plan on doing maybe some little videos, maybe not a full podcast because I won't have any yarn to show, but I plan on knitting some lovely projects, starting with my Rocket Tee in those gorgeous colors. I think I will try and find a gorgeous combo for another Love Nut sweater. And okay, so the objectives for July are obviously to finish the Rocket Tee, finish to keep up the pace with the Stillness Mystery MKAL, and a nice cherry on the cake would be to finish the Love Nut sweater, so that I can, you know, start August with a lot of gorgeous projects, new projects, and maybe design something during the holidays. Maybe my design mojo is going to come back at some point, I hope. So that's it for today. I didn't give you any news of the kids. They're doing great. They're on vacation. I'm on vacation. No more homeschooling. Still a bit of, you know, homework to do because I want them to be prepared for when they are going back to school in September, but now is really nothing at all. This is really the holidays right now. I am not going to bugger them with anything right now. I'm going to give them a good breath, a good pause, and then we'll start again like in a few days. I want them to relax. I want them to enjoy, and we will, have a light work schedule during the holidays, maybe 1 hour a day or something like that, because I don't want them to be stuck on the TV all day neither. That's not good for them. But it's all a question of balance. So I hope you guys are doing well. I wish you a lovely week, and I think I will keep up that rhythm. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's still filming. Okay. I think I will keep up the rhythm of 1 episode every other week, which works very fine by me. And I wish you all the best, and see you very soon. Bye bye.